we're going to be looking at the MCV Philippines Little Boy Clone. Seriously, don't let the word fool you or the name fool you, because this little guy can chuck some big shit out of there. In all seriousness, let's go check it out in the close-ups. Let's look at the little boy a little bit more in close-up. First of all, make sure if you're in the market to buy this little boy here, that you're gonna get the version that has the two Delrin pieces. One which is the big wide bore Delrin drip tip, and the other one which is basically the normal drip tip Delrin adapter. So make sure you have those two, so you're gonna have the options of running either one of those two options that is more preferable for you or your usage. The main sleeve of the RDA comes in two parts, and this is one thing I really like about this model, is that it is threaded and it screws in place on top. So this is where you put either your wide bore Delrin drip tip or your drip tip adapter in here. But I like the fact that it is actually threaded compared to some other models, like for example the Plume Veil or the Still Air or other tugboat, many RDA out there that basically is just an O-ring holding this piece together. So you pick up your mod from the top of the RDA, and then boom, it falls apart. So I really like the fact that it is screwable, and treads are really nice, so no problems there. You're greeted with a nice little guy with a gas mask on as a logo. Not the most stylish RDA out there, but it performs, so that's what's the most important. So this part has 3 hair holes options on it. Basically you can run it with 1 hair hole, so if you put your deck in it like this, then only 1 air hole is going to be open, and then the 2 other ones are going to be blocked by the side of the deck. And then you have the option of running it with those 2 Cyclops slots in there if you're running dual coil, by aligning those 2 slots with the 2 coils that you're running. So really good airflow. I would not personally drill more holes into it. I think the airflow is plenty enough, and it does good. This is the build I'm running right there is a 0.11 ohm super. I have a tutorial actually, the link is going to be in the description of how I built this coil, and this actually runs pretty hot, and I have no problem with this one. It has really good airflow, so no problem whatsoever. Let's look at the deck. So the deck on the little boy is all stainless steel. There's no gold plated, silver plated, copper plated, anything in there. The posts are stainless steel straight up. It does have a really deep juice well, as you can see, and the holes the negative post holes are a little bit smaller, and the positive post is normally a little bit bigger. I did make sure, and I do that with mostly all my RDA, I made sure to make the holes a little bit bigger with my Dremel tool, so it's easier to insert builds like this that use many wires together. But the deck itself is plenty of room to move on. The posts are big enough and sturdy enough, and everything works really well. On the bottom you have a copper plated 510 connector, stainless steel copper plated 510 connector to connect with your positive post. And other than that, that's it. That's the little boy RDA. Sorry, I didn't want to take my build off of there because I really love this build, and it's still going pretty flawlessly, so I didn't want to take it off. But no problem whatsoever with this deck, and it's one of my favorite deck. A lot of room, very deep juice well, so it's nice, and you can wick it really well when you're putting cotton in there, and you can do multiple builds in there. And I did quad coil, dual coil, single coil, big coil, small coils. I had no problem fitting everything in there with the post holes a little bit bored out to make them a little bit bigger. Then when you put this bad boy together, basically is that you will align your holes, fits really sturdy, and then you will choose which of the drip tip that you want to run. I run it in this configuration right there, and I think it's a winner. It chucks some really big clouds, and you can do some really nice build on it. So out of all the RDA that I own, this is probably in my top 3. I really like it. So if you're in the market for something that chucks big clouds, that you don't want to have to invest a little bit more into buying it chuffed up on it, because like for example, I really love my Still R, or but it's kind of about the same, you know, like deck and everything, but it, you know, it has like gold plated post and everything on the Stellar, and the Vensel are about the same, but you need to buy you know, a separate chuffed up on it, drip tip, so a big bore drip tip like this. So I don't really like that. This one comes with everything. It's not as beautiful as the Stellar is, or some other RDA, like I said, but it does the job, and that's what's the most important, especially if you want to chuck in big clouds. So if you're in the market for a little nice RDA that will allow you to make some nice builds on it and chuck really good cloud, have good vent holes, and a really nice wide mouthpiece, or the option of switching it and putting a normal drip tip in, then the little boy from MCV Philippines, the clone or the real one, will be definitely should be on your list. So with everything considered, the little boy is actually one of my favorite RDA that I've used so far. And the reason why is basically the air flow vent is amazing on it. It could be better, but I love it. And then that it comes standard with a chuff top on it, that you don't have to actually buy another chuff top if you want it, makes this little boy super versatile. So, you know, I know they're coming out with a big boy, actually, a fat boy or something like that. But you know, the option of being able to replace the, you know, the drip tip for a smaller normal drip tip cap, or leaving the big chuff cap on it, is amazing. And the deck, everything, like I showed you in the preview, makes this guy one of my favorite. It's not the most stylish RDA out there, but performances wise, it's killer. I really, really, really love this RDA, and it's, like I said, it's in my top 3 RDAs. I fucking love this thing. It chucks. Just a little small pull, and then boom. So if you're in the market for RDA, this I would say is like close to a competition style RDA. I really love it. If you do a nice build on it, it can chuck some amazing clouds, and it's easy to work with, fun, and you know, it looks the part. You can, you know, it's not, like I said, the nicest looking RDA out there, but it is a fucking working beast. You know, sometimes the prettiest things are not the, you know, the best working ones. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed this review. Share, like, and subscribe if you like the videos that I'm doing. There's much more to come. This was Hugo from Vape Time TV, and I will see you on the next video. Keep on vaping.